U.S. presidential contestants Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are campaigning across the swing states on the final weekend of the election. Here's what has been making the news in the race to the White House. 75 million people have already cast early ballots as the hours tick down to the election day climax on Tuesday. Most polls show Trump and Harris within the margin of error from each other across the swing states. However, there was a surprise boost for Harris when a new survey in the Des Moines Register showed that the Democrat contestant Kamala Harris is 3 points ahead of Trump in Iowa, a state that Republican won easily both in 2016 and 2020 defeat. At a rally in Virginia, former President Donald Trump said that he ran for office to rescue the economy from obliteration, even though it would have been easier to relax at one of his oceanfront resorts. Trump was joined on stage by women from a local college swim team who have objected to competing against transgender athletes. Some of Trump's TV ads have also sought to capitalize on transgender controversies.
And I didn't need this. I didn't need to be with you today. I could have been at a gorgeous beach in lots of places. I own some of the most beautiful beaches. I could have had that salt water from the oceans. I like oceanfront property best. I could have been standing on a beach, my beautiful white skin getting nice and tan, being smacked in the face by a wave loaded up with salt water. And I could have said, the hell with everything. I could have had the greatest life in the world. Instead, I got missing a little piece of my ear.
In North Carolina, Democratic presidential contestant Kamala Harris claimed that, unlike Trump, she does not believe that people who disagree with her are her enemy. She promised that she will give them a seat at the table.
Because you see, unlike Donald Trump, I don't believe that people who disagree with me are the enemy. He wants to put them in jail. I will give them a seat at the table. That's what real leadership looks like. That's what strong leadership looks like.
Well, Saturday marked the last day of early voting in North Carolina, where over 3.8 million votes have been cast. While the state's western reaches are still recovering from Hurricane Helene's deadly flooding, North Carolina has 16 votes in the Electoral College, where 270 are needed to secure the presidency. The state backed Trump in 2020 by a narrow margin of less than 1.5 percentage points and elected a Democratic governor on the same day, giving hope to both the parties. While Indian American voters are expected to play an important part in the U.S. presidential elections, WION spoke to the Indian American voters on their aspirations and expectations. Take a listen.
When it comes to the Indian American voter, traditionally they have been voting the Democrats, but the shift is coming, especially with the male voters, the Indian American male voter, which has been focusing on Republicans. Now, Kamala Harris has a natural advantage. She is of Indian ancestry, and if she becomes the next president, then America will be having the first president of Indian ancestry. But she hasn't focused on that. She has been focusing on her black identity. Now, essentially, ahead of the election, we have seen both Democrats and the Republicans trying to woo voters, especially when it comes to Diwali. The Democrats, of course, tweeting about Diwali at the White House. We saw Diwali. The Republicans, of course, Donald Trump posting a comment about the situation of the Bangladeshi Hindus. That is something that is for the first time that a mainstream American politician has talked about. So essentially, while the Indian American voter is a small percentage of the voting blocks, it can play an important role, especially in the swing states like in Philadelphia or Atlanta, or where it is fundraising